I am a strong believer that you only need this one red lipstick from this one brand for the rest of your life. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. The brand in question, of course, is Revlon, who actually went bankrupt a couple of years ago, but that seems to be cleared up now. They've got new cast and crew of characters running the ship, so that's good news for all of us Revlon fans. I strongly believe, though, you don't need anything else in life other than a red from Revlon. It almost doesn't even matter which one. I'm not even going to say, like, Fire and Ice is the best one or Cherries in the Snow. If you find one that is reddish enough to your liking, they're kind of very similar. So you don't really need to worry too much about these fine differences between them. Like, for instance, I love That Red, which I talked about in a previous video. Because if you get Love That Red or Fire and Ice, they're actually pretty similar. The average person is not going to be able to tell the difference when you're wearing them. So how is it, you may be wondering, that Revlon has come to be the makers of the best reds? Well, let's look a little bit back in history. We know that the Revlon company was created by the Revson brothers, who decided to name it Revlon in the 1930s. I think 1937 was the year. And they first showed up as nail polish. And if you remember Revlon from back in the day, and this is for my older gals out there, you remember it had that long stem. The handle had this really beautiful long stem. This is an amazing Revlon product. Love this. Ultra HD Snap. I'll put a link down below. This is a quick drying nail polish, my absolute favorite one. Has the longevity of a regular polish somehow. I'm not sure how they manage that, but you know, Revlon it's one of these brands that's just always there and we take it for granted. If they do go bankrupt, we're going to lose a lot of really great products like this, you know, like your Fire and Ice lipstick, just so many classics, like their Color Stay foundation, which is my favorite. So anyway, in that video that I made, that should be up by now by the time you're seeing this one, I was doing some research and I found this beautiful visual from, I believe, 1952 of the actor model Dorian Leigh, who starred in the Fire and Ice campaign, which was the launch of the Fire and Ice lipstick. That is still one of the top selling lipsticks in the world, and a matching nail polish to go with it. And it's just so iconic. That's all you need. If you have this red lipstick today, which is still being made, it's the only red lipstick you're going to need for the rest of your life. And honestly, that's the hill I'm willing to die on for this product. And also just get a load of Dorian, sorry, let me straighten you out there. Let's get a load of Dorian Leigh in this advertisement. She looks absolutely incredible. Like, imagine if you're a guy and going out with her on a date. This is the woman you're picking up. You better have 24 roses in your arm to give to her because wow. Anyway, what was impressive about this ad was that this is kind of the first time, at least from marketing, that, you know, beauty retailers are trying to sell you a matched pair. In this case, it was the Fire and Ice nail polish, which Revlon was really well known for, and a lipstick. And the idea is to match them both, which is absolutely genius marketing strategy because instead of someone just buying the one iconic product, now they're buying two in a set. Now you have brands coming out with new reds all the time, you know, Fenty, Charlotte Tilbury. These are expensive lipsticks. You don't need them. I'm going to say you just need to stick with a $9 red lipstick from Revlon, and it's going to be better. It's going to perform better. It's going to be more comfortable for longer. And it is going to be a more tried and true red for more skin tones and more lip texture types, because some of us have flakier lips than the others, than any and all of those brands. Because I tried so many of them, up into including like your Dior and your Chanel of it all. They're not worth it. Now, if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing here with this curling iron and these like curls pinned to my head, I'm going to very loosely approximate a sort of retro hairstyle, which is not a look that I normally go for. I usually straighten my hair, just wash and dry, but I thought it could be fun to do it today. I'm going out for dinner with my family tonight, so I'm not sure where we're going. Probably not somewhere fancy because I actually don't really love fancy restaurants, but I thought I would just maybe curl my hair for the occasion, just for some retro fun. And yeah, I just wanted to be inspired by this beautiful Dorian Leigh photograph. She's so iconic, like beautiful woman. She looks kind of like a cross between Marilyn Monroe and Vivian Leigh. And don't worry, at the end of this, we'll put on the matching lipstick and nail polish from Revlon. I have an older video about this somewhere up on my channel, but I'll find it and I'll link it up for you in case you want to watch that. I'm doing a bit of a cheater retro hairstyle, which is that if you don't have time to do so many different curls and your hair is long enough for pigtails, you can just curl them in the pigtail. So I want to talk to you for a moment about the role of Revlon in the 90s, the role of Revlon lipstick specifically in the 90s. Who's with me and can remember the iconic shades of the 90s from Revlon? And FYI, they are still around in case you want a blast of nostalgia and you want to see how you look in these. It's not a big price to commit to. These shades are like $9 each. Sometimes you can even get them for less if they're on sale. Do you remember Wine with Everything? And do you remember the ultimate, in my opinion, 90s shade, which was Toast of New York? It is incredibly hard to remember now how limited our access to makeup was. This is right before MAC became really big with their sort of really iconic brown lipsticks and the brown lip liners. like twig. Revlon was the only name in the game. They had the best shades. So my favorite was Wine with Everything because I was then and now sort of someone who loves berry tones. And almost all of my best pals loved Toast of New York. That was just like an iconic kind of brown color that anybody could wear and is still going strong now, especially with the 90s resurgence in lipsticks. Let's tie this all up. This reminds me of when I had no hair. When I was going through chemotherapy, I would wear a turban tied up, kind of like Carmen Miranda kind of vibe. So I'm going in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. There have been a lot of new subscribers from those videos, so thank you very much if you watch those. But if you haven't, I'll link this up at the end. This is a foundation that I have a long-term love-hate relationship with, but it feels like it suits the mood. This was actually invented in 1997, so this is a foundation straight out of the 90s, a little too matte, but sometimes that fits the bill. One thing I've noticed about eyebrows from the 1950s is that women had a very pointed eyebrow. Like if you look at Marilyn Monroe or Dorian Leigh, they had a point and then it comes down. So I'm trying to just copy that a little bit here. So I'm sure you guys can tell I'm 110% not a makeup artist. I'm just a regular lady who likes to do her makeup with varying results. I'm going to go in now because Dorian Leigh in this iconic Fire and Ice advertisement that was in Vogue magazine had such thick eyeliner. Almost the most noticeable thing other than the lips is the eyeliner. And they usually say do lips or do eyeliner, but she's coming in hot with both in this ad. So my favorite eyeliner, my holy grail, is Stila's Stay All Day Liquid Eyeliner. I think that's the full name of it. Yeah, the waterproof version. This is actually a top seller. This is, I think, Amazon's #1 selling liquid eyeliner. Just be careful when you're buying from Amazon, though, because I have heard stories about the authenticity of their products, but there's something like 74,000 positive reviews about this, like 4-star and up reviews about this eyeliner. It is just a classic. I've been really doing this whole video with something like in the corner of my eye. That is so me. I swear I have the biggest girl crush on Dorian Leigh in this photo. I was like, she's so beautiful. But one thing I did notice is how large her hands are. Her hand looks like it could cover her entire face. And I almost wonder if they did a little Photoshop-a-rooney back then. I mean, I know Photoshop as such didn't exist, but they could have been retouching. I'm not exactly sure. Look at that arched eyebrow. Wow. And those nails. Yeah, they did something to her hands. They look absolutely huge. There's no way anybody's hands could be that huge compared to their head. I don't know. It's now nail polish time, going in with my Ultra HD Snap in the color She's on Fire. So nice little nod to Fire and Ice. Beautiful thick brush. And it's, sorry that I don't have a second camera, but they say it's a one coat wonder, and it really is. You really do only need one coat, which is great if you're in a rush. Some of you may have spotted my stripe in the middle of my finger. I know it's ugly looking. It's called a melanechia. Don't worry, it's completely benign. I had it checked out by 3 different doctors. So let me do the rest off camera and I'll be right back. So there we are, first coat done. What I'd like to do with this particular nail polish, because it's a quick dry nail polish, is I do one coat every day until I'm ready to take it off. That means I don't have chips or anything like that, and it's only about a 3-minute investment, maybe not even. Maybe like a 1-minute investment every day into keeping my nails looking fresh, because one thing I will not do, my friends, is chip nail polish. You will never find me with chip nail polish. I would rather be dead than have chip nail polish. Okay, so this is Love That Red. I'm going to be putting on a red lipstick now, and let me tell you something about wearing red lipstick that I've noticed over the last, 30 years that I've been wearing lipsticks. Don't wear red unless you want to be noticed, okay? Even dogs will pay you attention when you're wearing a bold red lip. There's just something about it. It just draws people attention to you. So if you're not in the mood for that, if you're having kind of one of these shy introvert kind of days, maybe don't wear this everywhere. If you can't find Love That Red, which I feel like is likely because I did a look for it after I made that video, and it was very, very hard for me to locate any of them, which leads me to believe maybe it's not being made anymore or sold in the US. Please do a lookup of Love That Red in the country that you're in. Let us know the country and let us know if it's still available. But if you can't find Love That Red, just get Fire and Ice. They are nearly identical. I find there's just a slight difference in tone, but nobody would notice that. So once I put on my red lipstick, I always brush it in just to make sure I'm getting and pushing it into all the different lines of my lips so it'll last a lot better. I don't find this lipstick to feather at all. This is why I will stand behind this and say that yes, you can blind buy this. You can blind buy the reds from Revlon. I think that you're gonna like it. They're just very easy to wear, very soft, and not too drying on the lips, which I love. The formula is amazing, and I have already pretty dry lips. One of the worst reds I've ever had, ironically, was a Dior, which I can't remember the name of, but just Dior doesn't make good lipsticks in my opinion, and definitely not for the money when you can get drugstore, and this is going to be a lip color that suits, I'm going to say 99% of the population. If you're pale, if you have a deep skin tone, it's going to look good on you. It has only been 3 minutes, but these are they're dry. They're totally dry to the touch. We're going to see how the hair looks now. I almost am tempted to go to the gym like this because it has not been quite enough time, but I will not. Ideally, you would be using a setting lotion, but I don't have that. So just hairspray will have to do like multiple layers of hairspray. My favorite is L'Oreal Elnet. It's the only one to me that doesn't completely stink me out. I get the one that's got the green on it, which is the unscented extra hold version. Yeah. Okay. Yes for the volume. Yes for the curls. How does Dorian have her hair? She's got a big swoop in the front like this. So once you've done your business here, curling it, done your business. So you push one back like this, and then you push this one forward. You see what I'm doing here? See? Make it curve like that. Time for the brush out. She almost has it pinned behind one ear, it looks like. Let's do that. Wow, va-va-voom. Someone needs to buy me a Cadillac and a mink stool. So there we have it. That's the best I could get it right now, considering I'm in a bit of a rush to try and get myself out the door to hit the gym, but what are we thinking? Really pretty combo, right? Can't go wrong with this iconic classic Fire and Ice from Revlon. They make the best red lipsticks. Don't sleep on them. I mean, these two things together are $15, and you can come away with a really bold retro look, or you can make it look modern too. You don't have to have a retro do like this. For under $20, you can get this big boost of confidence. I'll put links to these products down below. Thanks for watching. I hope you watch one of my previous videos. I'm going to put a few up here for you to check out. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me. We'll see you on the next one.